A great game of football. Two teams that wanted to play, two teams that wanted to win. Had no intentions to do things that people normally don't like to see if they watch a game of football. So no time wasting, no time delaying. Two teams that were just for almost 100 minutes trying to win a game of football, and with some brilliant individual moments. So I've seen a few from us, but the lead up to the 2-2. The ball from the goalkeeper to that midfielder that pretended to play the ball to the outside and then played as midfielder was a great moment from them. And then the lead up to the 3-2, the way Mitoma bounced that ball behind his standing leg towards a midfielder that came underneath him, were, from their perspective, great moments. And I think there were many of those moments during the whole game from both sides. So, joy to watch. Unfortunately, not with the result we wanted.
First Premier League start for Federico Chiesa, sort of number 9. Just talk us through your thoughts on that and how you thought he did as well.
I think the biggest quality Federico has is scoring goals. So the more you get him in and around the box, the bigger chance it is for him to score a goal. And he got a good chance when Mo, just before Mo had his big chance, Mo assisted to Federico. And for him to have an open shot from the 18-yard box is for Federico a very good chance because he's such a great finisher. But well defended by Van Hekke, who blocked that ball. I think he did even more than I could expect from him, because if you haven't played throughout the whole season, hardly ever had any start, and then to play Brighton away, which is a very good team, number 8 of the league, that can bring in Mitoma 20 minutes before the end. That tells you everything about this league. And then for him to be out for so long and play a game like this is more than I could expect from him.
Just one more from me. Did you learn much more about some of your players? Obviously, Elliot again back inside. So obviously a little bit deeper as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't say more, but because if you work with them for 10 months, would be a bit strange if you learn new things after 10 months. But for me, I saw a few things that I think I saw many things that I already knew, and one of them is how close the margins have been throughout our whole season. And now, with us failing to score the third, with us not just missing maybe this 2 or 3% sometimes in our defensive work, immediately leads to us losing games of football. Although I know it's against Chelsea, I know it's against Brighton, and we didn't lose against Arsenal, but I know it's against Arsenal. But we won this league because we've been so consistent, we've done so many things right, but we haven't won it in a way like City did it for the last 4 seasons, where they just could close their eyes and they were even 4-0 up. So we've been very close in terms of quality with all the teams we've competed with. That's why it's also such a big compliment that we won this league by such a big margins, because the quality margins are not so much different between us and some other teams. So that's why it's such a big compliment, especially because we've had our injuries throughout the season as well. And then to lead by 12 now, I think 12 is a big compliment to our players. Yes.
You mentioned the other day and today about time wasting. In most games you drop points, but how refreshing is it to see a team like Brighton going at it 9 times?
Yeah, but don't forget us. We always do this, and that's why if another team does this against us, you get to see a great game of football like Paris Saint-Germain, like this one, and I can come up with many others. But I also understand that some teams have different tactics, so it's not something I blame them for. But what my main worry is that there is no tactics or no answer for me towards time wasting, and when there's a goal kick, the goalkeeper first looks left, then right, then walks 50 yards the other side, and then says, "Oh, there's a ball over there. Let me take that one." Yeah, that is. Yeah, you cannot find tactics to that, and that is what I've seen not only in games against us, but I see this throughout the league quite a lot. And when I came here, the first meeting I had with the Premier League people said, no, this game needs to be intense. We want to have a high-paced game. So I'm hoping that the league will find its answers to these things.
A few fans asking, was Alexis injured or just left at home resting?
Alexis will not play for us this season anymore. So he has he needs rest at this moment of time to recover completely and to be ready for the start of next season. But that will be no problem for him to be back next season.
Is that a new injury or something?
No, I think he played throughout the last part of the season with the Argentinian mentality that he has. So never gives up, no matter what he feels. And but it's not smart to play a player that has not a big injury but has something, then to take the risk with him.
Hold on. Last one here.
The chance for Mo Salah, because this the Premier League game tonight, it looked like it was going to be a fitted moment for him. Can I just get your thoughts on what's going through your head when that ball comes across?
Now the first thought that goes through my head when I see a ball moving towards Mo, I'm like, it's quite a big chance this could lead to a goal, because that's what Mo normally does. But he's been throughout this season almost unhuman. Is that the way you say it over here as well? So, but there were moments in the season where he was human. So it's not the first time that he's not scoring for 1 or 2 games in a row. But the good thing for us is that this hardly ever happens, and if it happens, you can be sure that he will score in the third game or either in the fourth game again.
Ed, congratulations as well.
Just a quick one on the
Why?
Zabozlai's.
He's a Palace fan.
Oh, he's a Palace fan.
On Zabozlai's goal, do you think, did he mean it? And were you surprised how much space he had to do that?
Now, what I liked a lot is that we mostly have a certain routine in our set pieces, but we try to tell them, if you see something else, try to execute it. Feel free to execute if you feel there's other opportunity. And I think Harvey and Dom felt that it was a 2v1 in that free kick, and they outplayed that. And then I definitely feel that Dom meant to shoot that ball on target, because he has a great shot, and we ask him, use it more, because at training sessions he scores from every angle. But if he's playing, then he's always looking, where is Mo? Which is also not a bad idea, because Mo can score a goal as well. But I don't know on how many goals he is now, but it's getting better and better for an attacking midfielder for Liverpool to have these amount of goals.
Thank you. About me, boss.
Oh, no.
I just think Liverpool have got the squad, complete squad, to be able to make a run at this one more time.
Now, we mentioned that Liverpool this season haven't gone 3 games without a defeat.
Crazy.
First time that's happened. How do you think Arne Slot's feeling? Do you think the fans will look at the end to this season and be a little bit disappointed it's fizzling out?
No. Do you?
I don't.
No, why would you? I mean, you just won a Premier League title. It's been fantastic, obviously, to watch Liverpool perform all season long. They've been by far the most consistent, very much entertaining team in the Premier League this whole season long. Been lucky sometimes with their injuries, not as hurt as other teams. I mean, if you look at Brighton, they've been the most hurt team across the Premier League this campaign and finishing off their season in style. But I just think the celebratory, sessions that they've had, and I'm talking about sessions in Ibiza, I'm talking about sessions in Liverpool. I mean, they have been enjoying themselves after lifting that Premier League trophy. Obviously, it'll be a big moment for them to do so. But I'd still think that it's been an unbelievable season, regardless of what happened in the Champions League, and obviously getting knocked out by Plymouth in the FA Cup as well. I think it's been a brilliant season for them. I don't care necessarily too much about those games that happen after you've already sealed the title, right? I've been in that position once when won the title. I was in the 3rd division, right? So it doesn't mean much to many people out there. But 3rd division, promoted to the 2nd division in Germany, and I don't remember the 2 weeks after it. I think it was absolutely hammered going into games towards the end of the season. But there's implication to those other games, so you still got to play them, whether you've had a few bevies or not.
It was like the last days of Rome, those couple of weeks. That Mo Salah miss, we haven't seen too many of them this season.
Yeah.
From the player of the season for Liverpool, I think the question for me, as we see it again here, is can he achieve the same kind of level in a red shirt next season?
Listen, Mohamed Salah got 28 goals and 18 assists this season, 16 goal involvements across his 15 Premier League appearances against Brighton.
I mean,
That's one of his favourite opponents. I don't know. It's hit pretty hard and it's not easy to make contact with it. So because it's Mohamed Salah, it looks more like it's a worse miss than what it actually is. But it is still only 5 yards out. He still has to put that in the back of the net. To answer your question, I don't have too many worries about Mohamed Salah. The only question you've got got to ask is, when you've won a Premier League title, that now his second Premier League title with Liverpool, you've had the season he has had with the goals and the assists, he's blown everybody away. There's clearly been a hunger, a desire, really, to go into the season and put out those statistics because this is a contract year. But next year, you've got that contract already sealed up. You're probably the highest paid player at the football club. Do you still have the same hunger? This guy's a bit different. He's a bit robotic, right? He wants to win every trophy, every game that's absolutely out there. And it seems to me, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, he loves playing for Arne Slot. He's got that attitude back again, that winning desire, that feeling that he wants to be the best player in that jersey.
The question is when age starts to catch up with him, because it happens to every player. It doesn't matter how good you are, eventually the legs go. Will that be next season or in a few seasons? Do you think, as an attacking player, he is more at risk of that, the age finally catching up with him next season, or is that going to happen a few years down the line?
Listen, when he takes his shirt off, he looks a lot like you, mate. He is absolutely ripped, right? This guy is just ready to rock and roll. He is one of the fittest players I've seen at his age. He's 32, he's about to turn 33 years old. Let's not forget this, right? It's a very important year for the African nations as well, because you've got AFCON coming up, which I think is going to be a tremendously important tournament for him to be able to compete in, and a World Cup right around the corner, where this guy has got so much on his plate. So next season, going into a World Cup, obviously, in Africa, it's a big competition for them as well. I think you're going to see a very fit, very concentrated, very determined Mohamed Salah. He doesn't need to play every game for Liverpool. And if you look at the competition around the Premier League in particular, if we focus just on that, who's competing there? Manchester City are miles away from it right now. The one team that I think that can get better and improve, and close enough to improve to compete with them in the Premier League, is Arsenal if they get a striker. Newcastle look like they might lose their biggest and best player if Isak does leave. If he doesn't leave and they add to their squad, maybe they can get close. But I just think Liverpool have got the squad, complete squad, to be able to make a run at this one more time. And with Arne Slot on the sidelines, he's not going to be happy with just that one trophy.
I agree with you. If you'd offered this season to Arne Slot in his first season in charge, he would have ripped your arm off and run across Stanley Park.
Absolutely.
How do they improve, though, next season?
I think they've got to improve in a few areas. And of course, the striker's position is the one that is of most importance. You obviously had Chiesa having his opportunity today to play in and around that front area. Mohamed Salah on one wing, Gakpo on the other one, and Elliott just behind. I think Darwin Núñez's time is close to being done at that football club. And I don't recognise that killer that's in that Liverpool squad that can come on and score goals, or can start games and score goals from the number 9 position. So if there is one area, of course, the fullbacks will be coming under pressure with Trent, and obviously Robbo looks like he's probably going to have his time up, either that or he's going to have to take a bit of a place on the bench next season. The fullback areas can improve as well, with those big names obviously coming to an end in a red jersey. But Liverpool fans should be very excited. They don't need too many pieces to make a run at this again.
In terms of the new managers in the Premier League this season, Arne Slot took the top award, but Fabian Hurtzler was not far behind with what he did at Brighton.
What an unbelievable season for Fabian Hurtzler. He's 31 years old, now 32 years old. At Brighton is the perfect club for him. I think Tony Bloom done an excellent job. And obviously you recognise, and haven't spent so much time in England, the job that Brighton do off the field, the scouting, the players they bring in, the managers they have coming in, technical directors, scouting systems, all set up perfectly for young players and young coaches to go there and have success. This year's been a little bit unfortunate because of so many injuries. And get this, Brighton this season in the Premier League have not fielded the same starting 11 in consecutive games. They've had to rotate a starting 11 in every single match day, which is crazy to me. It's not fair for someone like him, but at the same time, he's come in and done a great job with a lot of players. João Pedro, obviously Danny Welbeck, Kairo Matoma, 3 players who have scored 10 plus league goals in a top flight season for the first time in their history. It's big time for Brighton to have the goals being shared, but they won't be happy. They're not in a European place right now, and there's room obviously for improvement with this squad, but you've got to be healthy to be able to make that happen next season. Different Brighton, same old Fabian Hurtzler, add 2 or 3 pieces to the puzzle, and they're going to be a real force next year.
Yeah, superb 3 points for them in this game against the champions. Let's have a look at the schedule for the Premier League on the final day. We cannot wait for this one. So much to be decided in terms of that top 5 race. All the games at 11 a.m. Eastern. Liverpool hosting Crystal Palace. That means that they will end their season at Anfield. And as I mentioned, the race for the top 5 is going to be so interesting. 5 teams effectively battling for 3 remaining Champions League spots.
Arsenal faces key striker dilemma: Victor Gyökeres or Benjamin Sesko. With the summer transfer window fast approaching, Arsenal is zeroing in on one clear priority: signing a top-tier striker. According to Football.London, it's the main focus at the club, even with other areas like midfield also being addressed, where talks with Martin Zubimendi are already at an advanced stage. At first glance, the decision might have seemed straightforward. Benjamin Sesko was heavily linked with Arsenal last summer before deciding to stay at RB Leipzig for another season. Many expected the Gunners to renew their interest in the Slovenian this year. However, the arrival of Andrea Berta as the club's new sporting director has reshaped the strategy. Head coach Mikel Arteta has acknowledged that Berta's influence will refine and perhaps even redirect the club's transfer plans, including the crucial striker role. Enter Viktor Gyökeres. The Swedish striker has been in sensational form for Sporting CP, netting an astonishing 95 goals in 100 appearances across all competitions over the last 2 seasons. His numbers are hard to ignore, and they've quickly made him one of the most prolific centre-forwards in world football. But here's where the fan base finds itself split. While some supporters are drawn to Gyökeres' incredible stats and more proven record, others prefer the younger and more developmental profile of Benjamin Sesko. After 2 seasons in the Bundesliga, Sesko has scored 39 goals in 86 matches, a less flashy record, sure, but not without its context. Gyökeres plays in the Portuguese league, which, with all due respect, is less competitive than the Bundesliga. He's also leading the line for Sporting, a dominant force en route to back-to-back domestic titles. Sesko, on the other hand, plays for Leipzig, a team currently sitting mid-table in terms of chance creation, making his contributions arguably more impressive. And then there's the penalty factor. Of Sesko's 39 goals, just 4 have come from the spot. Gyökeres, meanwhile, has scored 21 penalties among his 78 league and European goals. While it's fair to say he likely earned some of those penalties himself, the difference in open play production suddenly feels less dramatic. Age is another key factor. Gyökeres turns 27 in June. Sesko? He'll only be 22 later this month. A 5-year age gap matters, especially if Gyökeres takes time to adapt or doesn't hit the ground running. Sesko offers far more long-term upside, not just in potential but also in future resale value. Gyökeres might be more of a now player, but with that comes risk, just like Sesko, albeit in a different form. In truth, neither option is risk-free. But that's where you come in. Who would you choose if you were making the call at Arsenal this summer? Cast your vote in the poll below, and if neither player is your ideal signing, let us know who you'd prefer in the comments. We want to hear your take. Arsenal striker dilemma. Viktor Gyökeres versus Benjamin Eko, the final verdict. As the summer transfer window approaches, Arsenal's pursuit of a new striker has become a focal point. After a season marked by missed opportunities and injuries, the club is eager to bolster its attacking options. While Benjamin Eko was once a prime target, recent developments suggest that Viktor Gyökeres is now at the forefront of Arsenal's plans. Viktor Gyökeres, a proven goal scorer. Viktor Gyökeres has been in scintillating form for Sporting CP, netting 95 goals in 99 appearances since his move from Coventry City in 2023. This season alone, he has scored 52 goals and provided 15 assists, including 7 hat-tricks, making him a strong contender for the European Golden Boot. Arsenal's new sporting director, Andrea Berta, is reportedly a long-time admirer of Gyökeres, and the club is prepared to meet his £85 million release clause. The Swedish international is said to be interested in a move to North London, with Arsenal offering a salary of £8.5 million annually. Benjamin Eko, the young prodigy. Benjamin Eko, the 21-year-old Slovenian striker at RB Leipzig, has also attracted interest from Premier League clubs, including Arsenal. Despite a strong season, scoring 16 goals and providing 5 assists in 32 appearances, Eko has recently signed a new contract with Leipzig, extending his stay until 2029. This decision has complicated Arsenal's pursuit, as Leipzig's €70 million release clause remains a significant hurdle. The verdict: Gyökeres over Eko. While Eko's potential is undeniable, Gyökeres' proven track record and immediate impact make him the more pragmatic choice for Arsenal. His experience in top-flight football and consistent goal-scoring ability align with the club's current needs. With Premier League rivals conceding defeat in the race for Gyökeres, Arsenal appears poised to secure his signature. Your opinion matters. Arsenal fans, the decision is in your hands. Who would you prefer leading the line next season? Cast your vote in our poll below and share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice can influence the future of the club.